Hello and welcome to Turnbull Custom Art. If you're like me and you ride motorcycles but have very thick calves, you may be considering the Gaerne SG12. For reference, my calves measure 20¼ inches at the fat part that goes through the boot, and the Gaerne SG12 was recommended as the best boot for folks with large calves. The SG12 has got a removable and relocatable shin plate. I've already made the adjustment on my right side, but I'll go ahead and show you how to do the adjustment to the left side boot. For the job, you're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver, a small pick, scissors are useful, and a light may come in handy. The shin plate's attached by 3 screws, you can see here. And if you look behind, there's a channel for the 3 additional slots. With your Phillips head screwdriver, remove the 3 small screws and the shin plate lifts off. What you'll see is the adjustments tab, and then you can see the silver threaded inserts behind. The silver inserts are retained into the boot channel by this long strip of duct tape. I found that the most useful way to access these inserts is to take one of your screws, thread it in 1 or 2 turns, and then press to lift the insert and expose it from the duct tape. This is where the light can come in handy. As you can see, the duct tape just serves to hold the insert in place so that it doesn't fall out of the boot when you're reattaching. I suggest removing the screw and utilizing a small drive or pick to gently pry the insert out and away from the duct tape. Like so. Do use some caution as the insert is stitched to the foam liner, or not the insert, sorry, the duct tape is stitched to the foam liner, so be careful about how much you pry on it. I can assure you that there's plenty of room to actually access those inserts. One note is that the bottom insert here is buried under several layers of the TPU, and I would suggest leaving that in place, and I'll tell you why in a moment. If you're planning on using the entire adjustment range like I do, all you need to do is remove this last screw. Full disclosure, this last screw is actually a bear to get out. I'll try and show you exactly why. That insert, in the way that it was taped in, decided to spin. It's probably just during the installation originally at the factory, that screw got tightened a little bit much, and it caused a little bit of spin. To alleviate that problem, what I did was I took a small pair of pliers, barely gripped onto the backside of the boot, or the backside of that insert, just missing the nut, and put a little bit of pressure on it while I pulled the screw out. I doubt you'll have that problem, as I did not have that on the right side boot. Now, the installation is basically in reverse. These inserts slide right in to the molded channel. Just like so. Now this is where the scissors come in. Gaerne does actually use a small strip of duct tape, silver tape, to retain those inserts in place. So I suggest you do the same. With the scissors, you cut a small strip of duct tape that will apply right to the inside of the boot, holding those nutserts in place. And then feel free to trim the excess. Once the inserts our installation is complete, you can reattach your shin plate. Now, as mentioned, there's already an insert in this furthermost position. If you're only going to use the mid position, you are going to have to wrestle this last insert out of the back. It will come out. It's a bear. Just take your time and ensure that you do not put excessive stress on those stitches and rip them. You paid a lot of money for these. You don't want to tear them apart just yet. But assuming that you are using the furthermost position, all the nutserts are then available. Simply lay the shin guard back over, lining the holes up, insert the screw, and reinstall. I don't have a specification for what the torque is, but you definitely don't want to be using an impact driver on these. Just torque them up with your fingertips. These are screws going into backers holding these on. You don't need to put excessive torque on them. And as mentioned in that last position, the screws do have enough length to go all the way through and re-engage into that existing nutsert or threaded insert. Sorry, repositioned somewhat to be able to get a little bit better view. But as you can see, that insert's still there. The threads are long enough. Just put a little extra downward pressure. And tighten it. Just enough to keep it snug. Tighten just so. Now you see you've given yourself an extra 3/4 of an inch or so of adjusted space. Makes getting the boot buckled onto your thigh a lot easier, and it properly positions the shin plate over your shin. And just for example, again, as mentioned, my calf measures out to about 20 and a quarter. It's just enough to where I can get the Velcro to start, but I had a lot of trouble getting this top buckle to get anywhere near engaging, and then the shin plate was way over here on my leg. Sorry, these are definitely hard to put together or put on one-handed. And then for the top, now this adjusts easily. I can even have this in. I can even have the adjustment strap in a couple clicks to get some proper compression onto my thigh. No struggling, no muss, no fuss. Both boots. Both boots buckle down. As you can see, follows correctly with the impact plate right above my shin bone. Boots are very comfortable, high quality. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Thank you.